Viewing Week 13 in the NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking right now with Jeff Grant, sports betting writer for the Bleacher Report. Jeff, thanks for being back with us this week. And I gave you two interesting games, both involving small road favorites with home dogs who have been repeated losers in recent weeks. The first game, shocked me, blew my mind that you said that you loved KC +3 against Carolina. Now we're going to talk about Cincinnati at San Diego. San Diego isn't so much a terrible team as just a severely dysfunctional team. Maybe that's worse. Cincinnati, they are not a flawless team, but they've been decent against some decent competition, given some good games and gotten some covers. They're a 1.5-point road favorite. What do you like here?
You know, one of my favorite things to do, being a Southern California native in Orange County, we don't have a football team anymore, but I have a football team to the south of me that I get to listen to their sports radio. And whenever the Chargers lose, in a way like they did last week, it's almost must-listen-to radio. And it's just unbelievable that every week it's about Norv Turner and how he just doesn't coach up this football team. With that being said, I can't exactly go against the Chargers in this spot because I find this to be a very predictable line move. I've been betting the NFL for quite some time, and when I develop a line, and it quickly moves to that line, and I know that's the type of movement that the public is going to create. I don't fall along that line, but I'm not going to back the Chargers here, Peter. So I look at the total, and I really like the over, but I'm going to go toward your direction of what you like to play from a prop perspective. I like the Cincinnati Bengals team total better than the actual over for the game.
Okay, so that's like sort of combining, that is sort of a play against San Diego, but not a specifically, on the spread. So you just think that San Diego's defense probably won't be able to stop what Cincinnati brings to the table. I mean, they are pretty pass-heavy, but they do have problems running the ball sometimes.
Well, Cincinnati's found their run game. It was against the Oakland Raiders, but they're going to get some confidence off of what Ben Jarvis Green Ellis did. He was a free agent acquisition from the Patriots. Before the season, he seemed to really acclimate in that role. He's very similar to Cedric Benson, who had great success with Cincinnati. Very similar builds, very similar running style in between the tackles. And Andy Dalton's been on fire. It hasn't been against the best opponents, but he's thrown 9 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in his last 3 games. And the reason why I like this is people are going to see that the San Diego Chargers held a better Baltimore Ravens offense to a very low point total last week in an overtime game. But if you followed the Baltimore Ravens over the course of the season, they're an offensive juggernaut when playing at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore at home. They haven't been so good on the road. The exact opposite for the Cincinnati Bengals. They put up some good road numbers, and it's easier to travel from the Eastern time zone to the Western time zone, and they played at home last week, so the travel will not be a factor. And the Chargers have a ton of injuries in the secondary this week, especially Eric Weddle. He didn't even know where he was, suffering a concussion on that play that Ray Rice picked up that first down. So I love the Cincinnati Bengals at a team total. Hopefully we can get 23.5. More than likely it'll be at 24, Peter.
Yeah, it will be at 24. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's interesting you bring up the Baltimore game last week because what the hell? I admit that I bet that Baltimore team total over, and of course I lost. But you think this is a different situation? You think that there are legitimate deficiencies in the San Diego defense that Cincinnati will be able to take advantage of?
Yeah, I mean, the Chargers, the last 4 games that they've played an overtime game, the following game has gone over the total. That was a make-or-break game for this defense because this defense has really played well this year. But their offense has put them in some bad positions and kept them on the field because of Phillip Rivers not being able to pick up 3rd downs and also turning the ball over. Rivers didn't do that last week, but this is a very opportunistic defense of Cincinnati. They're 2nd in the league in sacks. San Diego can't protect Rivers this year. Their offensive line is right up there with the worst in the league with the Philadelphia Eagles. So there's a good chance that Cincinnati may play with some short fields this week. And they've done a great job in the red zone. So I think this flies over the total. I could see the Cincinnati Bengals putting up 31, 35 points.
All right, great analysis. I'm completely sold. Thanks so much, Jeff Grant from the Bleacher Report. We will talk to you again next week.